What's up, beautiful people? I'm Erin, and this is Erin on Demand, and today we are talking about how to stop wasting so much time. And this is not necessarily going to be about how to be more productive, like how to use a planner or waking up at 5 a.m. Not your average productivity tips. These are going to be like 4 mindset shifts that I have made that help me be able to use my time more wisely. Because honestly, you can have all the productivity tips in the world. Let's be honest, they're all available for us to look up. But if you don't have the right mindset when you're starting these new habits or practices, it's going to be very difficult to maintain them. And as somebody who has, and still is pretty much, a procrastinator at heart, it is so important to shift your mind when it comes to time so that you can actually use your day and maximize your time so that you can create the life you love and actually achieve the goals that you've committed to. So let's get into mindset shift number 1, which is to stop waiting until you're less busy, because you're never going to be less busy. So this is just a news flash. Life is going to keep on moving, Lord willing. But life is going to keep moving. It never really slows down to the point where you're just like, oh, now's the time. Now's the time that I can finally start doing the thing that I want to do. Once we realize that the days just keep on moving and the less busy time just never seems to come, that is more times than not an excuse and a fear. Once I began to realize that, I started using my day to actually reach the goals that I had set for myself, instead of just kind of filling my day to be busy and it's not really busy with things that I know is going to push the needle of my life forward. So number 1 mindset shift is to stop waiting, thinking that life is going to slow down. You have to make the time. You have to look at your day and assess how your time has been used, and then create the time within your day to do the things that you know are going to move your life forward. Number 2 is that time management is not about getting a whole bunch of stuff done in a day. It's about using your day to do the things that you love to do. And once I realized this, because when I tell you, I have tried so many different things, especially with time blocking. And basically what time blocking is using Google Calendar or whatever your calendar system is, and pretty much blocking off every hour of your day. So like morning routine, and then breakfast time, and then meetings or whatever, and then lunch, and then you carve out like a few minutes for social media, and then you carve out some time for, you know, a project you're working on. And essentially this is to hold you accountable with the time of your day. Now, this works for so many people, and blocking off every single minute of your day may work for you. I'm not here to bash any systems, because I know everything and everyone is different, so different things are going to work for different people. However, I do not think that it is necessary to feel like every single minute of your day needs to be calculated and needs to be mapped out in order for you to live a fulfilling and productive life. So instead, I think it's more important to focus on what your main priorities in life are. If those are health, wealth, and happiness, or family, faith, and fitness, or whatever. Ooh, those were pretty good, actually. Whatever those priorities are, those things should be reflected in how we spend our time. And to me, if you have done something to check off those main priorities of how you want your life to shape up, those small actions every day end up compounding into big actions. So really, it's not about filling up your time so much. It's about really understanding what productivity or a productive life, or I would even like to scratch the word productive and use like what a fulfilling life looks like to you, and try to make sure you're doing something to push you forward in those areas every single day. And to me, that's way more important, and it leads into my next point, which is prioritization. Third mindset shift is that prioritization is more important than productivity. Because, hear me out, if you think you're being productive let's say you really want to start your own company. It's a bakery, and you want to start this bakery, and you know you need to curate some recipes, you know you need to start looking for a bake shop, you know you need to start getting your website designed, taking some photos of your baked goods. However, you wake up and you spend the day doing laundry, cleaning the house, running some errands, going to Target, and you feel like you're being productive, but instead you could have been using that time where you have your peak energy to do things that are going to require that on a more urgent need. And so a lot of times what we'll do is we put off the things that we know are going to move our lives forward, and we prioritize those routine tasks that aren't necessarily urgent. I'm not saying that they aren't necessary and don't need to get done and aren't productive, but I am saying that a lot of times we prioritize those things because they're familiar. So I say that prioritization is more important than productivity, because productivity is so subjective. But when you know your top 3 priorities are to open up your bake shop, to get your website going, and to make sure you're active every day, then you know that those 3 things, or whatever you need to do for your bake shop, are high priorities. And I read this book called Eat That Frog, and it was all about why you should do the thing that you're most resistant of doing as soon as possible. Do the thing that is the most uncomfortable, top of the day, top of the week, and get it out the way. Because when we prioritize all these filler tasks, then you feel like you've been productive, you've exerted all your energy, but there's still this thing looming, hanging over your head that is the actual task that you know you needed to do. So just knowing that prioritization is more important than productivity will help you plan out your time in a way where your priorities always supersede the smaller tasks that can always kind of be done whenever. And number 4 is to simplify your systems so you actually use them. Doing time management stuff is very trendy. We see all of the planner community. Well, I don't know if y'all do, but there's a huge planner community on social media where they like have stickers and designs and draw pictures in their planners. And that's super cool. I tried it, but it just didn't work for me because I had to plan time to plan. And I don't mind planning time to plan and prepare, but I also don't want to be spending an hour doing it and like feeling pressure to not write something in my planner because I don't want to mess it up. I want my planner to just be something that is easy, something that I can just hurry up and jot something down. If it takes me more than 2 minutes to use a productivity system a day, then I probably will not keep using it. So the easier it is for you to actually use whatever system you've created, whether it's a whiteboard on your office or your workspace on the wall, whether you have a big jumbo calendar on your wall, whether you have a top 3 notebook, whether you just have a little notepad on your desk, whatever that thing is, make it so simple for yourself so that you can actually use it. Because studies show that now don't quote me on this because I did read it in a book, but I don't remember the actual statistic, so I'm not going to say the percentage. However, when you create time to plan your week, to plan your month, to plan your year, and even to plan your day before you start, you actually end up saving so much time in the long run. And a lot of us skip the preparation step because you think like, oh, I have all of this in my head. Like I know I need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done today. I don't need to write it down. But studies show when you just take a couple of minutes to prepare before you start doing the tasks that you need to do, you end up saving so much time in the long run because your brain is not thinking about all of the things that it has to do because you've gotten it down. So I like to use my top 3 notebook. It is always on my desk. Like I literally use it every single day. And all I do is write my top 3 priorities for the day. And our new version, we have a monthly spread inside, we have a quarterly spread inside, and we have the weekly and daily. So you can plan out your month, plan out your week, and plan out your day. It's all super simple. Like, look how simple the pages are. I love being able to just jot down what I need to do and check those things, those top 3 things off. And then I love to celebrate in some kind of way, whether it's watching an episode of Suits or going for a little nighttime stroll or getting myself some ice cream once I finished those 3 things. So keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate your productivity methods, because the goal is to get to the tasks and to live the life that you want to have. And I found that these 4 time management mindset shifts have really helped me be able to build the life that I love one day at a time without feeling so much pressure to do all of these things at one time, which ends up making me like actually prolong from doing the things that I actually need to do. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any productivity tips in the comments. Also, we are launching a new version of the Top 3 Notebook, like I said, and we have a wait list going. We have so many people on the wait list, and I'm so excited to get this new shipment. So please make sure, if you are interested, you get on the wait list as I'm recording this video, because I'm just gonna tell you, last time it was the Hunger Games to get to these notebooks. So, and the new ones are gonna be even better than the current version, which is sold out, by the way. So I will leave that information down below. And if you're watching this after the wait list is over, there will be a link to be able to purchase your Top 3 notebooks there as well. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.